23 seconds left at 3rd and 2. No timeouts. That one over the middle, it's tipped. That will stop it. We talked earlier, Charles, a big game now for the 49ers in this one by virtue of the fact that last week on Monday night, they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in a game that everybody saw. Now this is supposed to be the letdown game. But if you are, and they are what they say they are, 11-3 team, they're supposed to come up here and take care of a team like the Seattle Seahawks. And that's exactly what they've done up to this point.
Short week, a little bit of adversity, how you're going to handle it. And this is something that if they do pull it off, that only helps them confidence-wise sprinting towards the end of the season.
Looking ahead, how do the San Francisco 49ers fare in the playoff run?
Well, I think they've got a team built for the playoffs in a lot of ways because of the defense, right? You've got the defense that shuts people down, don't get much in the run game. That part has been excellent for them. What's going to happen is, what happens if your quarterback has to carry you in the playoffs? What if Alex Smith has to have the game on his shoulders? He'll have to prove that time and again come playoff time. What they're concerned about here in 18 seconds is make sure we get off the field somehow to get to that playoff run that we're talking about. Because one big play here, field goal range, Seattle Seahawks have an opportunity. Hauschka's long for the year is 52 yards. So they've got to guard all the way up to their own 35-yard line in order to make sure that doesn't happen. So 4th and 2.
They bring 3. Falls up, and that's it. And that will do it for the Seahawks. And the 49ers, barring a miracle, will get the win here in Seattle.
And what you talked about just a second ago now comes into play for the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be a part of Jim Harbaugh's post-game, moving forward next week's speech. Guys, short week. We just took out a physical team in Pittsburgh. We took out our rival who's physical as heck in Seattle on the road, a tough environment, one of the hardest places in this league to play. And if the Saints lose on Monday, they're going to clinch a first-round bye. What a turnaround for this 49ers franchise. From General Manager Trent Baalke all the way through Jim Harbaugh being hired as the head coach. How about this roster coming together and playing so well, their 12th win of the year?
A team that was 6-10 last year. Mike Singletary fired his head coach. Jim Tomsula took over for the final game. So many questions. People thought the quarterback was going to be gone, but that wasn't the case. Jim Harbaugh came in, laid down a few rules, a few ideas, put some toughness on the field, took a lot of Mike Singletary's toughness.
That's the end of the game.
And he's turned this team around. They go to 12-3. And we'll be watching the Saints. That's it from here in Seattle. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.
Rooney and Manchester United.
My God,
Van Persie and Arsenal in an epic Barclays Premier League event. Live Sunday, January 22nd on Fox.
Do you guys know what the greatest sound in the world is? When I hear that sound, I get so amped up. I just want to slam my head to the wall.
Para kang trip pump.
Yeah. Love you guys.
The Armed Forces Foundation helps servicemen and women do something that they've all earned: come home. Unfortunately, our troops come back to fight another battle, the battle to return to their lives at home.
The AFF helps by providing both emotional and financial support.
Welcome back America's heroes by serving those who serve.
Please text AFF to 50555. Make a $10 donation to the Armed Forces Foundation.
On America's Game of the Week, the Giants battle the Cowboys. New